know what it is. You know who it is.
OG Lee in the house. Once again.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Hey, man.
And thank goodness.
Thanks again. Yeah. You tuned into the best father-son podcast in America, man.
Maybe the only.
And with that, old school, new school, we got to start with that good old mental health, OG Lee. How you feeling over there?
Look, I just dropped me 2 perks. They gonna kick in a minute. Yo, it's gonna be all gravy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I ain't never tried no perks. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a hardcore, so I pop 2 right off the top.
2 out the gate.
2 perks.
Oh, man, OG Lee popped this thing perky.
Perks, man. A young dude turned me on to him. He said, "Yo, OG, try 2 of these." He said, if you're all right, call me in the morning. I said, all right.
Oh man.
2 perks.
2 perks. Yeah, so you're mental health.
That could be my rap name, 2 perks.
Hey,
I'm on to something.
You might be.
2 perks.
You might have a little crowd that would definitely follow you just off of that.
Tupac was, you know what I'm saying? Now he was down with that, so why not 2 perks? I didn't think. I just came up with that.
You could be like a drug rapper.
It's not like I really thought. I just came up with that. 2 perks.
You just always out there.
Just say no to drugs.
Absolutely dare. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But in recent news though, OG Lee
in the news.
Did you watch the presidential debate?
Absolutely, man.
You did. How did you feel about it?
Man, I'm in love with Kamala Harris.
You feeling it?
No, I'm just. I think she did a good job, man. You know, she held her own. You know what I'm saying?
No blank stares.
Prosecutor shit kicked in. You know what I'm saying? She was able to be poised and get under that motherfucker's skin a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But she can't win. 2028 Harris, yes.
Not this go around.
Not this go around. She just getting her feet wet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, she can't beat Trump this time around, man.
In what regards exactly?
Man, Trump had the election sold up with Biden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's replacing Biden, but she came in too short of a time span. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Trump, he's got to take it. And, 2028 will be her term. Yeah. Because see, look, just think about it. Because they said Trump had it wrapped up, right? Right after that Biden debacle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine.
Post their last debate you're talking about?
Yeah, the last one. So imagine if they would have just kept it like, hey, Trump's got, hook, line, sinker, right?
Yeah.
Who would have been tuning in for anything? You got to make it suspenseful, right?
Got to check it out.
But in the end, it's going to be Trump, man, because right now, the economy is doing bad, and whoever's got the messed up economy is who loses.
Yeah. But would that...
And that's been every time, historical.
But would that not be Trump in what you're saying?
No, it's gonna be Biden and Kamala.
Oh, I got what you're saying. Like what other? I see.
Yeah. So in other words, people they know certain things about foreign policy with Trump, whether or not they like it. They know how he stands on abortion. They know how he stands on taxing people, what have you. Yeah. So it's like, hey, why mess up a short thing for a maybe? And I think it'll just go that way. Most people who have that logic, at least we know what we had with Trump. We in 2 wars basically now, 2 proxy wars. We didn't have that with Trump, right? Economy was good, There's so many things. Just the I don't know. It just seemed like it was a better time, even though it wasn't a good time, but it was better than it has been for the last 3.5 years.
Better time, but that kind of fluctuation of the economy, would you say has kind of something to do with the turmoil in the current economy?
Well, really, like they had their time within 3 years, you know what I'm saying, to start changing things. But usually, if something good, bad, or indifferent happens from the previous president, you get it in the current administration, right? Because you got a lagging effect based on what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they're doing any good shit, if Trump happens to win, we'll start seeing that happen during the Trump presidency, and of course he'll take credit for it, and vice versa.
I see.
Yeah, man.
And direct things, kind of like Kamala is saying, those are false kind of prophecies as far as like loans for small businesses, or is that like
Well, she didn't. I
just
don't
like
think she
selling
said a
points?
tax credit. She didn't say loans.
Oh, she did say
She
tax
said
credit.
tax credit.
Yeah, which would be
Loans. That'd be especially if they're real liberal about them. That'll be like that PPE shit. People will be they'll love her if she was saying loans.
that's Trumpish. But tax credit, that would be like you could write off that amount kind of on your taxes type of deal.
I don't know if it would be dollar for dollar per se.
What,
And I think it would be different if you just somehow gave people direct money for startup. You know what I'm saying? Then you'd be doing something. Because before they could ever do any kind of tax credits, they got to start a business, right?
Yeah.
It takes money to do that. So that eliminates a lot of people, especially in this economy, right?
Absolutely.
So giving me tax credits when I don't have the money to even start a business, I mean, it's not that great. But if you really wanted to impress me, do some kind of grants or something like that, or maybe even loans that you forgive after a while,
Yeah, something like that. And then on the Trump side, I heard him saying things like tariffs from China that will be implemented. Would that be turmoil kind of coming from the Chinese side?
Man,
like
I think
potential.
he had tariffs under his last administration.
Oh, okay.
But
I
mean, it's like any business.
It only lasts
If you
so long.
get some expenses, what you gonna do? You got to pass them on to the customer. So it looks good up front to say, hey, I'm going to get taxes on them. But what'll be great to help, right, is to say, I'm going to put these tariffs on them, so therefore I'm going to take income tax off of you. Now, that would be impressed with that. Huh?
Still taxing them, taxing us, taxing everybody. Would you say, just from the debate that you saw, who would be the better candidate? Just simply from the debate, no previous ideologies.
I'm biased, man. I'm biased, to be honest. I'm biased towards men. So I picked Trump just on that strength alone.
That aspect, yeah.
And that's the trip, man, how people do that. They've been, they always say, as a matter of fact, I think it was Mike Dukakis was one of them back in the day. They requested in their debate to have them stand on a little makeshift type of a stage type thing so they could appear taller, because it was always said that the taller candidate usually wins. And with the women, of course, the one that's most handsome. So people, vote for all kinds of reasons other than, I guess, what we're supposed to be voting for. But anyway, I think Kamala did pretty good, man. I think she did good. And Trump, to me, he was just Trump. Had a few one-liners, did let her get under his skin some. And more than get under his skin, what he allowed her to do was to get him off of the topics he really wanted to, accentuate, especially on the economy,
Yeah. Debate aspect, I think she definitely got the dub.
She did a lot better than expected, you know, and as a matter of fact, she did damn good. But like I said, she was a prosecutor, so she had to be a salesman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
that's what I saw in her most last night was
Eye
she's
contact
got that
with the
ability.
camera type of deal.
She got that pimp shit in her. In other words, she got that ability. Yes. She got the game. She got that gift.
Yep, different head. Yeah. It wasn't her first rodeo for sure. I'll say that.
No. And a lot of times, all of these politicians, they double speak because they asked her about Israel and shit, right? So she's saying they got the right to defend themselves, but yet, she's making a case for how many people are being killed, and of course being bombed or whatever. So which way is it? If you say they've got the right to defend themselves, the way they interpret that is, hey, we're gonna blow people to smithereens. You know what I mean? So some of that stuff is like talking, out both sides of your mouth and shit.
Yeah, it is interesting. And kind of like I don't know, pick your poison situation. Never tasted whoa.
In fact, forgot to toast.
God damn, boy, don't scare me like that, man.
I just had to break the monotony.
I like it, man. I like it, boy. You scared? I thought I was about to have to hop up out of here, boy. But oh, do you know the date by chance?
Oh my goodness! How could we forget?
Come on, I had to show
Take
a little
your
respect.
passport. You forget again like that.
I had to show a little respect, man.
9/11. Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm referencing, man.
9/11. Do you remember where you were when it happened?
Fourth grade for sure.
But do you remember
Miss,
that particular day and everything?
Yeah, that's the only time they just randomly turned the TV on at school.
What was happening?
I don't know the exact like she was talking, but you know, I was in my fourth grade class. I do remember somebody coming in, kind of like, turn the TV on, or I think it might have came over the intercom type of deal,
Mm-hmm.
and they like flipped on the kind of room television. They're kind of watching like the news of the.
So they actually turned on the TV for you all to see that.
Yeah, we actually checked it out.
Well, so if they turned the TV on, did they turn it on after the first crash, and then y'all got to see the second building?
I think it was more
building?
aftermath. I think it was more aftermath of kind of how it happened.
Okay, that's how y'all were back in the day. Y'all was tough. Nowadays they like don't show them that they might have mental issues and shit.
I might be scarred, man. Should I sue the school?
Trying to get you some money, man. They were saying they were just giving some more billions to the 9/11 fund.
Really?
Yeah, and they said the funds are supposed to last, which is weird, through 2050. The guy said, like, wow, they give him $25. 25 years worth.
You remember what you were doing?
Yeah, man, I was laying down.
Kick back,
Story
chilling.
of my life. Yeah, because it happened. I probably, if you was in the fourth grade, I probably had took you to school or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know,
breaking news type deal.
Yeah, what you call him called me Joe. I forgot his last name.
R.I.P.
Joe Kramer. Yeah, that was it. Rest in peace, man.
Stewart.
Joe Kramer. The son was Kramer. Joe Stewart, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, man. He called me, woke me up, and I looked at it, man, and I'm telling you, it was the strangest thing, man. It was like a little voice, really, that said to me that wasn't actually happening, that was an inside job. And that's what I said to him on the phone. And I remember hanging up, and I just turned back over. Mm-hmm. And then I had the TV on, though. You know, it was, watching me. And then the second one happened, and the third one happened.
It was 3?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
They got the first building, then they got the second building, then they did their shit in Washington.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the tower crashes. The Pentagon?
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, but right away to me, I don't know what happened, but some voice just said, man, that's not really, what they're making that out to be. That's inside. I don't know. Literally, a voice said that, and from that day, I just always thought of it like that. And then I started hearing the story. They had 12 guys, 13 guys from Saudi Arabia and all of this kind of stuff.
So you feel a little conspiracy?
I wanted to see the people, though. I really did. Because at that time, we didn't have all the cameras, but we had some, especially in airports,
Yeah.
And I really was looking forward to seeing these guys. Because they did show one guy, like flashes of him, nothing real clear. But I wanted to see him because I wanted to see how somebody looked, knowing that they were getting ready to go take their life, And because they was talking about how they were standing in line waiting to get on the planes once they
no footage of them, man.
So I'm trying to figure out, man, I want to see somebody who, man, they know. Even though I know these guys with their religion, if they give their life, they're supposed to be promised this and that in heaven, and 6 virgins, 10 virgins, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So they do those kamikaze type of operations. But I still wanted to see how somebody look, how their face looks, knowing, man, I'm gonna be dead in 20 minutes. I never did see any footage.
Who was the president at that time? Was that 2004?
That would have been
Bush.
Bush was just coming on, right? Because the presidential election would have been
2000 was I think 2000 was Gore and Bush.
What you call it would have been the president coming off, right? Clinton.
Clinton.
He would have been coming off.
And then it was going into that Al Gore.
Baby Bush, I think, would have been coming on.
Yeah, Baby Bush.
That's when he was like, let's roll, So it happened in 2001. Yeah, so that would have been Baby Bush, yeah.
2001 it happened?
Yeah, because, this is 23 years, yeah. 2001. Just as we were getting into the new year, the new millennial type thing, where everybody was talking about something major was going to happen. which they thought it was going to happen in the year 2000. When that rolled over, but then it took a little longer, and almost into 2002. Son of a bitch is bombed. But there's too many people. It's not a conspiracy. It's just you do magnificent things, like that. Yeah. Even on the inside, people are so big. People don't think that would be something like a conspiracy. But the way the buildings came down, even from a plane, any engineer is going to be like, okay, how did it just crumble on? You know what I'm saying? And they you never saw, like, if this were a true democracy, right? You would have let them show you somebody else's point of view on that. You know what I'm saying? Let's explore that. But of course, they're not going to do that because it truly was. I mean, not a conspiracy, but something that just like right now, within probably the next 6 months, like I was saying, we're going to have a war. You know what I'm saying? Because too much is going on, especially now. If Trump gets in, we're not going to have a war. If Kamala Harris gets in, we're going to have a war. Democrats, like now, there's Democrats in there, and we are having a fucking war. Well, we're a part of it anyway.
It's happening. We're complicit, eh?
Yo, watermelon juice in the house.
I need me some of that.
Oh, man, I almost spilled that.
In just a second here. But speaking of conspiracy, if we could get...
I didn't speak about it as no conspiracy, no, I was saying, that's what they do, man.
I was saying that the conspiracy of said, 9/11 attacks. I've definitely
9/11.
I've heard that.
Yeah. What did you think about 9/11?
I was so young at the time.
What do you think about it now?
I don't know. Kind of just like the reasoning and just something like that happening just doesn't really make sense necessarily. And the destruction of the building also was kind of questionable as far as, which I've never seen a plane go into a building, so it's hard to reference. But the entire thing imploding like that, it to me seems crazy.
Yeah, and talking about that, also, me and Joe spoke, after. I think he probably called me back or something. And at that time, I was telling him, because this is what they were saying. They were already calling people out, as to who they thought it was. They already thought it was some Middle Eastern. What was the guy's name?
Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden. That was the name they were throwing around, right? So that he they already said he did it. And I was talking to Joe about that, man. And at the time when in the aftermath, and they start planning everything, and they were telling everybody, "Hey, we're gonna go over," and for whatever reason, they hooked it with Afghanistan, since that's where the Taliban was. They said that some Saudis did it, but they somehow linked it to the Taliban, and so that then they were going to Afghanistan. And we were talking about it. I said, man, he was telling Bush and all of them, we were going to go over there, we're going to do whatever we got to do, and we're coming back, with 30 days or something like that. And this is what he's saying to me. And I'm like, man, how can we do some shit like that in 30 days? It takes maybe 60, 180 days even to get all your equipment over there and all of that. And lo and behold, the longest war we ever had in history was the one we went to in Afghanistan. And then under this last president, right, Biden, we ended up pulling out of Afghanistan and basically with our tails between our legs. And now who's in charge of Afghanistan? The Taliban, right? So there was 20 years down the drain that we wasted, putting people in danger, some people getting killed, whatever it is, for no reason whatsoever. Nothing panned out. And it was just how they give people information, and gullible people believe that, and it's crazy how many people got killed in that debacle, again, I'll say.
Right.
And it made no sense. And the end result is what? Most people don't even know about Afghanistan, why we went. Most people don't know about 9/11, and it was just a political thing that got a lot of people fucked up.
And conspiracy theory or not, there were real people that that lost their lives. So if we could, just a short little moment of silence for those fallen folks.
Yeah, it wasn't their fault. They got caught in the crosshairs. What do they call that?
Casualties of war. But let's take
collateral damage.
Facts. Moment of silence. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was real appropriate at the moment of silence. You got the sirens going on.
that's real
Did
live.
they hear that? Y'all hear that in the background?
Let's check
We
this out.
planned that.
I want to see how you feel about this one right here, OG Lee. Check my girl out here.
Oh my goodness, who we got up here?
Now, y'all.
All right.
I was at work today, and one of my coworkers was like, "You know, they built a portal downtown." And I'm like, "Oh, really? A portal?" And they say it's for art, okay? But where they built it at is in a very isolated area, and it is not. You don't see no other art around it, right? It's just the only thing by itself. So, check this out.
My eyebrows are hitting, right?
Y'all see this? Now,
lips
I'm finna go up here and show y'all because it's like it's on
Why
some
you
type
looking
of
at the
hill,
girl's
like
lips,
a
man?
mound. That's energy. And what y'all gotta understand is I think it's more
How you feel
to
about it?
this. And he said it was built out of electricity and earth. The energy has been really high here in the Midwest. And that's what it takes to open up a portal. And I believe it's much more to this portal than they are telling us. Now I'm finna show y'all it's on some type of hill, like I said, a mound. See, look at this.
White people always build strange shit though.
Energy, wow.
Look like the things right out the movie.
He just took that from the St. Louis Arch thing. He just stole that idea, man, and made it his own.
Portal. What if she just got sucked into another universe?
It's on a different wavelength for black people, man.
Look at that thing though right here.
Man, that's just something some white person with some time on their hands made up, man. And they know people gonna be
This is
tripping
my
on
thoughts,
it.
right?
I'm definitely tripping on.
Y'all know that we used to have portals like
Oh,
this.
she got the
that
beat me up
existed
glasses
everywhere.
on too now.
And they took a lot of these portals down and put them up. Okay?
They used to
Because
have
Hey,
they
we gotta
couldn't
have a whole
walk through these
episode
portals.
on women
And
cutting
these
their,
portals work off your genetics.
eyebrows off
Just
and
my
then
thoughts. What if they claiming that this is some type
penciling
of art,
and
right?
marking them back in?
But what if
What's
it's bigger
that
than
about?
that? What if they finna start putting these portals back out, and because the energy has increased on the planet, and they know what's coming, and they thinking that if we open
But
them
she
up,
know
they
what
can
she's
get through.
talking about, man. She
But
believes it.
it's based off genetics. They're not gonna be able to make it through these portals, and so just my thoughts.
I
Like,
love listening to these.
what
kind
if
of
they
people.
are putting these out here claiming that they are
Who's
art,
they?
but they are not just art. They are real portals. Because why would you build something like this in an isolated area on a hill that looked like a mound? Make it make sense. And these mounds are energy. And these mounds are a connection between the
She said
physical
that
realm and the
they used to
spiritual
have
world.
those back in the day.
So you got a portal
Bruh.
sitting right on top of some
Once
type
you
of
start
hill,
talking about
and you
portals and
telling
shit
me
like
that
that,
this
to
is
be
just
honest,
art?
you lost me. I don't know what the fuck all that's about, bruh.
I'm lost
All
too.
I know is it's a strange. I seen strange white people, and that's why he did it or she did it out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because they do strange shit like that.
It's something much more.
But
to this
it draws
portal.
people,
And
and it's a conversation
I believe
piece.
that they are putting these
And
portals
sometime
back
before
out.
you know it,
They're gonna try
they
to say
have a
it's
lot
art,
of shit built around that.
but in
Enough
all
fools to
actuality,
come,
these
then
are
you
real
need to build a
portals.
hotel.
And I don't
Then
know
you
if
need to
know
build a
about
gas
that.
station.
They put
Then
these
you
back
need to
out
build
because
this.
they
Then you
know
need to
what's
build
gonna
so
get ready to happen,
it happens
and
like
they know
that.
that the energy has increased on the planet.
That's how the
And that's what's
thing
going to
started,
open
like the
these
World's
portals
Fair
up.
and all of
But
that.
what they don't know is a lot of them are
World's
not
Fair.
making it through these portals because it's
Like the
based
state
off
fair
your
when it comes up.
genetics. So I have to come down here to see this for
Which the
myself.
fair is
But
coming
no, it
up.
wasn't
Tell
really
me
like
what you guys think about this. What's your thoughts
recreational.
on this?
I mean, not recreational, entertainment like that, where you eating popcorn and shit like that. It just had like scientific oriented type of stuff.
Fair. They used to have rides. You talking about?
No ride. Scientific type of inventions and stuff like that. The latest type of stuff.
Like what? Come on, give me an example, bro. I'm interested now. You go and there's no carnival food either.
No, they just called it the World's Fair. And it
What
was in,
year is this,
in
bro?
the 60s, man. You can look it up.
Oh.
And they would just have different stuff out there, like aircraft, different kind of stuff like that.
Oh, so this is when they were just normalizing the portals and stuff for you guys.
There wasn't no portal. Niggas back in my day, they don't even know what no portal is. What's a portal?
Come on, you
Where
know,
you enter into the portal and then you go into another into the abyss.
One
and shit?
would say kind of like a a doorway or entrance into another dimension.
See, niggas wasn't talking about all of that shit.
Come on, y'all was watching Star Trek, bro.
Man,
Chill out.
That was that, and that shit right there.
Y'all were heavy on the Star Trek.
People watch Star Trek, but at that time it was literally considered like something that you didn't even never think would happen. Same thing with the Jetsons or whatever. Watching them with cell phones and all this kind of stuff. You never thought it would happen. So it was just entertainment.
That's when they normalized the portals for you.
And some people in our era still don't believe that they go to space.
They don't. But hey, we sipping on some.
You don't think they do?
What's that?
Go to space.
I don't know. I think it might have been falsified, at least the moon landing. But I
So
think
that would be a conspiracy.
They are going to
if you're
Mars
saying
now.
That, right?
What?
That you said you don't think that they went to space, but they be telling us on the on the television all the time, right? That people go to space. Yeah. And that there's a space station and all of this.
No, I think they do now. I don't think they went
back
back
they do
then.
now?
Yeah. I think they definitely do now.
So if they ask you to go on the mission, you going?
What mission would I be doing? Why would I be doing it?
I don't want to go. Space.
I don't want to go to space by any means. No.
But I mean,
I want to visit some cooler places, probably on Earth first, and then I might make my way up off of this motherfucker. But
so it's no to space.
Until the oxygen starts running out, I'm good. I would say.
Okay. You think you know anybody who would go to space?
Yeah. Just some people that could afford it. That's why they do most things.
No, everything it's on them. They just you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't even got to pack a bag. You know what I'm saying?
Just go to space.
They gonna take you. Yeah.
Not necessarily. I'm cool down here, but I do know that probably not my lifetime I'll see, but things are gonna get depleted around here.
What does that mean?
Probably not the next 3 or 4.
You want to go to space?
Me? No, yeah, I won't. I won't have to. I'm saying eventually I think things will be so desolate that they'll have to find some other kind of place to live. But I think they'll probably have it well set up by then.
All right. Well, if they ask me if all expense paid trip to space, I'm going, man. I'm going.
What you gonna do up there?
Like them, I'm gonna just float.
Just go up there, eat kind of the not artificial, but space grown food.
Float on, you better float.
I'm really thinking of a Netflix show.
You down with the floaters?
The floaters?
Yes, that was a hit record. Float on.
They look like they dress the same and probably hit the same dance moves.
I gotta let you hear that right here. Float on.
Float on. Hey, Schoolie gang, it's old school, new school, man. We in here getting presidential. I got my America shirt on. I'm feeling presidential post debate.
This brother then came in here with a 9/11 shirt on.
Commemoration
Never
shirt.
ever questioned, huh?
Never ever.
Never ever questioned his patriotism.
Never forget, man. Hey,
never ever.
At this point, I'm banging with the gang I'm with. You know what I mean? That's what's
at
happening
least
right
I
now.
know I'm free.
But hey, take a second, go like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna fill up. Give me a little toast, man. It's old school, new school. Give me a toast. Don't leave me hanging. It's old school, new school. We will be right back. And we are back, man.
Back up on the scene.
Nice and re-chilled.
Yeah, I had to go from brown to green, man.
Yeah, brown to green.
They said we supposed to think green nowadays.
We think green, and I'm sipping on some brown. Hey, but man, your boy Trump, I was listening to the debate, like I said, and he made the claim of the people they eating pets out here, bro.
You know what's happening now?
What?
You like most Americans. You are allowing Trump to live in your head rent free.
Nah, he's in anyway. Look at me. Look what I got on me, man. I'm fresh off the debate.
That would be some Trump shit. You'd be like that January 6th? You'd be like that J6 crew ready to go to fight.
I'm just banging my colors, man.
Go to war for Trump.
I've been here for 30-some years.
You're going to war for America, man. You a patriot.
America.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. I went to war for you.
You did that, bro. So you really did all my my due diligence. This is for my post debate and my 9/11 folk right here. Yeah. Wearing them on my heart right now, bro. But your boy said they eating pets out here?
Somewhere in Ohio, I think Springfield, Ohio, he said that the people was saying that the immigrants were eating their pets.
Terrorizing the
Didn't
community
they
to
say
the
they were
core,
giving
bro.
the immigrants like $1,200 on the cards, right?
Yeah, I got a little
Yeah,
stimmy.
and they eating the pets. They gave them enough money for food.
They
Why would they
going
be eating
all
the pets?
out, bro.
That proves my point.
What's the point? What was the
Bruh.
point?
I used to be stationed. And let me just preface this by saying this does not apply to all of them. All right? And so we
Okay.
won't get no hate mail.
Sounds a little racist, but we'll continue.
I haven't said anything yet, right?
Okay.
But
Usually a preface
I
like
was
that.
stationed with the United States Army
Right.
in Busan, Korea.
Oh, okay. I'm fitting. Check me out.
And I lived off of the post. You know what I'm saying? So I lived amongst the civilians. I had a guy that lived right across my alleyway that was my coworker. He was a Korean American. Huh?
Mhm.
He just happened to be stationed over there. So he had the best of both worlds.
Your answer is very Trump supporter like. But continue.
So he had the best of both worlds, right? He was getting paid American money and living on the Korean economy, being from there and all that. So he lived there. He had his family, his original Korean family, but he worked with the Americans because he was an American soldier.
Yeah.
So in the neighborhood, he was kind of like the, you know what I'm saying? He like set the tone, the class for the
Ho Chi
Koreans
Minh.
around there because he had, he had more money than all of them.
He's top dog for sure.
He had an American dog. And most Koreans at that time did not have dogs, period. He had an American dog. But the houses that we lived in, they weren't that big.
Mm-hmm.
He had an American dog, or at least a dog we see in America. Guess what kind it was?
I think just because I've heard this story with a German Shepherd.
No, it was a Saint Bernard.
Oh, dang, big meat.
Saint Bernard.
Okay.
And so when he got it, and we just start seeing it. So he got it as a big dog. It wasn't like we saw it as a puppy growing up. But anyway, he gets the dog, and we're saying, hey, and his name was Jung. Jung, I don't know why you got. We laughing, joking with him. I don't know why you got that dog. You know that somebody's gonna come and get it so they could eat it. Because it was always rumored that Koreans eat dog, and then we found out it's not a rumor. They do. You know what I'm saying? And any Korean will tell you that some Koreans do eat dog.
From this situation with Jung, or y'all were confirmed in another?
Well, we knew that. No, you can go out and buy. You can go out and buy it if you wanted to. You can go and buy it from the restaurant.
Got you.
So, but anyway, so one day he comes into the dispensary where we worked, and he was all sad and shit. I said, "What happened, man?" He said, "Man, they stole my dog." No Koreans had pets. And when you saw a Korean with a pet, they might have had a little Chihuahua or something looking dog. No Saint Bernard. So we told him, hey, told you, man, they got that dog right now. They're feasting on that dog.
Leg quarters in
and
the
that's
fridge.
what they do, man. They eat dogs. But do you know the story behind that?
What's the story behind the Jung situation? Or
behind the eating of dogs. Because when
man's best friend?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
They string them up. Right? And the old school way is to beat him, like with a bat and shit like that. Just beat him, while he's alive.
Lord.
And that
Peter's coming for us.
That sets off obviously in anyone that fight or flight mechanism, right?
That adrenaline. They like that in there.
Flows, right? So you get the adrenaline soaked meat, and they believe that that's an aphrodisiac. You know what I'm saying? So that dates back way back when. So they've always been doing that. Right? Yeah. So they got my man Saint Bernard, and we laughed for a good little while after that. Told you, man, these people, they got that dog, and they're feasting off of it right now. As soon as they saw that dog, because see, he got that from somewhere. You didn't see when you did see a dog, you definitely, even if you saw a bigger dog, it wasn't a Saint Bernard. So that was a total oddity, right? So the time they saw that dog, somebody was smacking their lips, knowing that, hey, at some point, that's going to be my dinner. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It could be in Springfield, Ohio, that you looking at it as a pet. Somebody else could be looking at that as dinner. So Trump may have a little validity with that, I'm telling you. Because that is not unlike some immigrants, depending on where they're from, to eat dogs.
Yeah. He was saying there were no reports
and
found.
Some people have pet chickens, and they're going to eat those.
Oh, yeah, those are done for. But they were saying no reports found of that. But how would you report that exactly? My dog got eaten.
Well, you just report that your dog
It's missing.
is missing.
Yeah.
And you'll start to see a pattern. They're not gonna, risk it and steal your chihuahua, huh? You're gonna see a pattern where everybody's dog is just a pretty good size, or the dog is just getting stolen, But anyway, shout out to them, man. They got to do something. They used to, as they say, living off the land. So if they see your dog and they don't have any money and they're used to eating that kind of stuff, hey, I guess they would eat your pet. You know what I'm saying? We's free. We's free. Thank God Almighty. We's free.
Free. And you know what that bell
And
means.
we are not eating no pets.
Schoolie gang, you know what that bell means. That we got us a good old mind crusher.
So if you cool with me, you come
cool with
school with me.
Come school with me, man.
So you got to school them on something right now. Let's school.
I'm schooling them right now on the self-driving horse 2.
Let me school him on this right quick though. I always mention this, or have the last couple of times. Watermelon season is just about over, but if you got a juicer, man, grab you a watermelon and juice it. Turn somebody on to that, because I'm telling you, watermelon juice is the shit.
Revitalizing. Now, about this self-driving horse 2. Elon Musk has done it again. He has utilized advanced DNA technology to put giant pterodactyl wings.
They said Elon Musk got a damn girl, one of them blow up girls, but like a robot type shit.
Oh yeah, of course he does. To put giant pterodactyl wings on a 200-foot long horse, thereby creating horse plane. It's 100% safe and environmentally friendly. Environmentalists are pro horse plane, but animal rights activists are anti horse plane. Where do you stand, partner? Pterodactyl wings. Smacked onto a horse.
If it's a horse, that means you flying on the outside of the plane, right?
200-foot long horse.
But you still outside, right?
I don't know. Environmentally
I'm most
friendly.
definitely not going to be going on to none of that until it's proven. You know what I'm saying? I got to see a few white folks get in there first.
It's working, bro. It's already, Elon Musk got it.
I don't trust Elon Musk.
Come on. It's good to go. Horse planes are flying, bro. Are you with it, or are you with the anti-horse folks?
I'm with the anti-horse folks, man.
Okay, Peter wins.
I'm with the Peter. That's their names, right? Peter. I'm with Peter. Stop fucking with horses. And all you queer people, stop fucking with horses. You know what I'm talking about.
Is that a thing? That is a thing for sure.
Yeah.
I got one for you though, man. I've been, shouting out my 9/11 people. Got my America gear on.
Yo, let me see that shirt under.
What's up on down there?
What does that say right there?
Oh, inside. Oh,
right
you like
there.
that?
What does that say?
That's kind of a little old
New school.
Little undershirt.
You know what it is. You know who it is.
Man. OG Lee, you in
Damn.
DE, bro. Hey, but I got a question for you as an American.
Bring it on.
Me being American, is being overweight become normalized?
No. Being overweight has been normalized a while back.
What time?
Fat is become normalized nowadays.
What time frame are we talking about normalizing being overweight? 90s?
Yeah. No. You know what? I'm trying to think back though, because whenever I get asked a question like that, I try to think about when I was coming up as a child, especially, how I would see how people were.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of these women, especially, I mean, you always had, I don't know, men weren't really that fat. I guess because, of course, you would be working a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like, you notice this, with all due respect. You didn't see that many fat slaves, right? I'm thinking about that just as I'm thinking about it right now. I'm trying to think of all of the type of people that they showed you.
They're malnourished, bro.
But no,
God damn it.
no. They weren't Well, you had to keep them up to where they could work. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like they were malnourished.
Throw some chickens out there.
No, I'm saying not because they were underfed as much as I think they worked a lot. You know what I'm saying? So the men tended to be muscly, if anything.
Yeah.
But even the women, I guess they stayed more active or something like that. But
yeah, I guess not malnourished, but definitely underfed, bro.
I don't know, because black people have always been survivors, and so we may do with stuff like the chitlins and stuff like that, and some of the vegetation.
I'm sure it wasn't just overflow of whatever.
No, I don't think they, were
so,
sitting around eating
so
wise.
Still underfed, bro.
I don't think they were sitting around eating wise potato chips and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Taking a break off. Yeah, none of that. But underfed for sure. Not malnourished. Shouts out to my people, bro. We ain't ever gonna be malnourished, bro. We're gonna find a way.
People are malnourished now, as a matter of fact, because a lot of times, even though you may be getting assistance from the government, they give you a choice as to what to buy.
Oh, as far as the actual
so a lot
nutrition
of times that
value
goes into things with no nutritional value.
Facts.
But to fat people, I mean, it's just a health issue. If they like it, I say I love it. But I'm seeing more of it to the point
Myself
where it's
included
just
over here.
normalized. No, man. Relatively speaking, you're not fat, man. You know what I'm talking about. And nowadays, that's why I say I try to look back and think, well, who was that? Who was big like that? Who was big like that? Because I've seen some sisters here, and man, I've seen some white people, and that's a thing right now. White people didn't used to be. White people nowadays, man, I'm telling you, they've joined the crew. White women, man, and white guys. Oh my goodness.
Sloppy.
Yeah, we all fat. I mean, I'll be the first one to say I'm fat, man. But some people are. I mean, it's to the point where I just look at it and think, man, that's got to be a little bit uncomfortable, no matter what you're doing,
Absolutely.
And I always think about it. Hopefully it never happens to me where it gets that extreme. I look at it and ask, man, how does it get like that? How do you, how does it, I mean, I know that gradual sudden, right?
Bam!
But man, you look and say, how do you get like that big? You know what I mean?
You know what this brings to me though? As I'm just thinking about it, hearing this.
Let us pray.
The gradual sudden.
Amen.
It just didn't happen over time, but what it brought to me was a good old word of the day.
Word of the day?
The word of the day.
Word of the day.
And the word of today, like we're saying,
of the day.
If you happen to get a little overweight, right? It's never over. But the word of today is recuperate. And most simply defined.
Wait, did you say overweight and recuperate?
Get a date until don't hesitate.
I don't want to start freestyling.
Don't cooperate.
I don't want the extra attention.
You could just simply define it as you can recover from illness or exertion, or kind of a recover or regain, kind of like something lost or taken.
They need to recuperate from being overweight.
Gotta cooperate.
So it's
maybe set a date.
Like a condition, or like even a surgery or something where they have to recuperate from it.
And like most surgery recuperations, it's not gonna be overnight, man. It's gonna be a little process.
Yeah,
and
you gotta
trust the process.
That, PT, that physical therapy. But I don't think you recuperate from being overweight.
You don't?
No.
It's not an illness. Obesity, would you think is an illness?
What if a person, right? If you always every time you saw them from the time they were a kid, for instance, right? They were that weight. Well, they were always big for their frame. So were they ever overweight? You know what I'm saying? Every time I saw you was fat like that. He wasn't overweight. He's always been that way.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel about myself. I've always been on the chunkier side, one would say. Hefty. A husky young lad.
That's a good conversation though.
Yeah.
Body weight.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's different proportions for different people, or should we all be kind of cookie cutter?
No, I like it like it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just that for people who are overweight, it's still um, kind of like not just totally normal, especially if you're really overweight. Like we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Man, it gets crazy.
It's good to have that variation between people. But some people, you just look at them. It's like, wow, it just looks like you would be uncomfortable. But again, if they like it, I love it. Because I don't eat Twinkies anymore, thank goodness. So they can eat the Twinkies.
You just like Twinkies?
I never did like the Twinkies though, man.
Never. Anything with that white
man,
filling
no.
inside, I'll stop.
Oh, you don't like the
bro.
white filling?
Fuck.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty for me too. And then at the fair, they used to fry them and call them. You heard about that, right?
Fried Twinkies.
They had the fried Twinkies.
That's a little different there. But I haven't tried it. I might have had a bite of one if they powder sugar it. But we talking eating Twinkies, man. This is old school, new school. You know, kind of when we get to the end of the thing, we like just a little lighthearted humor, a little something to send the folks off with. And this
sending the folks off with Twinkies?
Not Twinkies. We actually giving y'all possibly a little motivation.
They got new Twinkies now. You know what I'm saying?
Which
it ain't
ones?
like back in the day, you could just get one kind of Twinkie. Now they got not just that shit at the fair. You go to the store now, they got about 4 or 5
Different flavors,
Twinkies.
yeah. Okay, not the classic, just
Twinkies
vanilla.
high as hell now. Though. Like, boy, Twinkies high.
How much for a box of Twinkies?
You don't share those Twinkies now. I don't know because I never look at the box, but I know that Hostess that makes them.
You stay looking.
Ain't no, Hostess ain't no joke.
Yeah, if we
That's
get
that real shit. That ain't that store brand.
This that old school, new school right here for you, man. Classic old school, new
People
school.
are
Check
going
us
to
out.
that. We got to go to that store brand shit now, though.
Store brand?
Yeah. You know about Kroger? You know about the Kroger and Albertsons merger?
K. Rogers? I thought they've been a thing.
They didn't do it yet. The government didn't approve it. But that's what they're trying to do. That's important for people to know, right? Because if Kroger buys up Albertsons, that's giving one store even more
corner market
share, you know what I'm saying? To where they can, manipulate prices easier. So that's interesting
probably
to
not,
follow.
Probably not in our favor.
That's going to be a very interesting thing to follow over the years because they won't, of course, raise the prices immediately, but they'll bake that into the cake as they go along.
And keep it baking it and feed it to us either way.
Anywho.
But hey, check us out right here, old school, because we about to get in the gym like you've been telling me you're going to start training me. See if you anything like this.
I used to train this cat you might have heard of named Lou Ferrigno. Okay. Never heard of Lou Ferrigno?
I've heard of Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, go check my bio on that, bro. I had that boy I used to be pumping so hard he turned green and shit.
Pause. Check my boy out. You training me like this or how you coming?
Oh man.
What's happening?
That look like Keyshawn. Is that Keyshawn?
You already know how it goes.
Keyshawn, that football player.
Give you a little something extra.
Oh yeah, go
Here
ahead.
OG Lee, cool man.
Put the head down.
Coach,
he got it. Oh, yo, he been watching Simone Biles or something. Oh my goodness.
Old school.
Simone Biles.
God.
Oh my
damn, old school.
Oh my, that's Keyshawn. That's Keyshawn Johnson's son or whatever they got. Commentator.
Oh yeah, I know you
that's his
talking
son,
about. Look at my boy. He hopped into it.
About that, man.
He hopped into it so serious.
I thought he was gonna do a little something. Oh my.
Right here, he got crazy. He got crazy.
So you notice
right when he.
Hey.
Right here, backward.
Oh, you notice they cut the camera off, right? They had to call 911.
My boy didn't wake. He knocked out. He knocked out cold. Knocked out cold, man. But hey,
that's the kind of shit you like to see.
No, that's just old school for you right there.
You like that, man.
It's old school.
They call those people masochists or whatever, sadistic type people.
Like, comment,
you want to laugh and get enjoyment from other people's pain. Subscribe. Subscribe.
OG Lee. You in the E.
Bam. He gonna need counseling.
We out.